I left Wilmington and I went to Philadelphia to study theater, and I always wanted to be a stand-up comic. Isn't that hysterical? Always dreamt of doing it and thought I had the testicular fortitude to try it in 1990. Now, what I ended up finding out was that I did not have the balls to do it. I really just wanted to hang out with comics all the time. How did I know this? I got up on stage for one open mic night, shit on, in, near, and around the bed for the entire 5 minutes, and didn't have the courage to do it again for about 30 years. So, I went on a vacation to Las Vegas for Christmas break during my junior year. I had this master plan to keep myself from getting bored from slot machines and glitzy big lights. I'm like the poster child for ADD. So it's like this for me in Vegas. And I decided I was going to make up this phenomenal story about how I was doing a senior thesis at University of the Arts in Philadelphia on the impact and the indelibility of stand-up comedy. I gave this story to all the comedy clubs in the Vegas area. I got into every show free, because I'm a genius! So, right? So I got into all these shows free, and some of the comedy club managers would say, if you'd like to speak to some of the comics, are you fucking kidding me? Yes, I'd love to. So a couple of the shows I stayed around. I went to this one show, never forget it. I saw something that was completely unique, not only to performance, but to entertainment. It blew my hair back. This guy was in a stand-up comedy club, in a stand-up comic lineup, and he was embracing my roots of rock and roll that I loved, my favorite singers, and he was doing it with my favorite medium, which is puppets. Weird? Probably. You'll find out. Stick around and pay attention. So, this guy blew my hair back completely. I couldn't believe it. I heard some of my favorite songs. I had listened to some of these albums just start to finish. Let It Flip Over on a record player. Anyone with me? Good. Thank God, I'm so appreciative of everyone's age in this fucking place right now. My kid said to me the other day, Sesame Street was around when you were a kid. I almost kicked her in the throat. So I got to sit down with this guy. Not only was he incredibly amazing, not only did he have something that I had never seen anything like it before, but he was also hot. It was 1990. I think he was just swathed in leather completely, and he had, like, anyone with me? Like a Dave Mustaine, like, mane of hair. Anyone? Thank you. And it was just curly, like not like Led Zeppelin later bangs and like permed curly, but like natural, like just gorgeous curls, swathed in leather. I'm talking to him. I can't believe this moment. I say, where are you from? He said, Delaware. I said, get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? It's amazing. I'm dreaming of us getting married someday with his brilliant puppet rock and roll thing. I have it all figured out. He says goodnight after the interview. I meet his drop-dead gorgeous bombshell Barbie doll girlfriend. Threw my whole marriage plan in the trash. But it's all right. I bounced back. I had completely succeeded in this grandiose lie of me having a senior thesis on comedy. Met all these comics. Hung out with all these people. Cut to, I don't finish school, do some shit in Philadelphia, come back to Delaware, tail between my legs, feeling like a complete failure, and like nothing cool in the performance world would ever happen to me in this town. I'm in a show at the Newark Chapel Street Theater. I am opposite one of the most brilliant actors I have ever graced the stage with. Someone that you feel honored to share raising the bar with. This man was brilliant, and he was a patriarch, not only of the play and in the plot. It's a lot of talking up here, you guys. But also among the cast, he would tell these great stories. And one day while we were taking a break, it was 2 months into our rehearsal process, and I said, what do you do as a creative outlet other than theater? And he said, I make puppets. And I said, that's brilliant. I have this great story I have to tell you, but please tell me more first. He said, my son is a performer in Las Vegas. And he does a show with puppets that I made. I was like, get the fuck out of here. All right, now we got to talk about the wedding day. Is he still with the Barbie? I don't care. I'm married, 2 kids. I'm kicking them out the door. They don't know when Sesame Street happened. We're going to have a conversation. It was a beautiful moment. I couldn't believe I had met this guy's father. I couldn't believe that he was so passionate about the experience. Cut to 10 years later. I am hosting and emceeing a variety show, a weekly cabaret, much like tonight's performance. And I see on the lineup that that very same comic is performing in our town. And I get to introduce him. And I get to tell the story about meeting his father and about wanting to marry him. I don't think I mentioned that part until just now. He might be a little uncomfortable when he gets up here. But I think we'll all be able to handle that. Because it is with the most excitement and the most heartfelt, sincere joy that I say, please welcome Lee Zimmerman, the puppet guy.